of this is scripted life, a movie role. Play my part, show them even through the bloopers you could grow. Found my reason, fly shit, I be dressing like some salad season. I keep it solid every morning, every noon and every evening, yeah. I speak the truth, my content might just make you so uncomfortable. If you out here fibbing, being fake, no, I'm not one of you. I'm trying to take this higher from the bottom, now I one of you. Wonder who gon' recognize my worth, this grind been wonderful. It was only cheese between my Wonder Bread, I wondered where the bread was. Trying to get my family stomach fed, gotta keep my head up, I know my day gon' come. I know them days get brighter, if you work, the shade gon' come, but prove them wrong.
Do you care about me as a black man? Do you see me as a black king? Or do you just see me as just some faggot ass queen? You know what I mean? What do you see me as when you look at me as a black man? What do you see the feminine black man? Do you still see him as a king with a queen's hat? You know what I mean? Oh, that was funny. But what up, what up? It's Talking Extra Chris. I'm back on this thing. I decided to do a video about, I've been seeing for years, and it's been said to me for years, by various black women about why don't black men, you know, date black women, or why do they leave a black woman and go to a white woman and all this kind of stuff. This particular guy posted this on Facebook, and I'm gonna read it first, and then I'm gonna give y'all 3 points of views. I'm gonna give you the black woman's point of view, the gay man's point of view, because this black gay man goes in hand a lot of times with you black women with a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna explain. And then you have the heterosexual man. Okay, so 3 points of views about Donald Glover and his I guess wife or girlfriend or whatever, about, you know, girls was like, how can he be so pro-black yet he leaves the black woman? And this particular guy said about that, he said multiple times he has tried being with a black woman his whole life. They shunned him for his nerdiness and his blackness. He was never accepted. I often hear black women say that's an excuse because there are plenty of nerdy black women, which may be true to an extent, but those kind of ladies are unicorns, especially attractive ones. I'm sorry. So now let's just break that down right there with what he just said, purely alone, right there. He said they are unicorns, and especially the attractive ones. See, you women always forget a lot of times that men are visual first. So, yeah, you might have an education and all this stuff, but if you're not attractive to him right off bat, that's one reason why that black man's not gonna look your way, because you're not attractive to him. But I'm gonna keep going. He says, I'm sorry, sisters, but due to the dating culture in our community, this is the result of acceptance and treatment of your black men that don't fit the mold of what society deems as sexy. Face facts. Most sisters pretend to be DBZ, anime, video games, and comic books, Linkin Park, etc., and not genuine, which is true. I've seen girls try to like shit, and including probably even myself to a certain extent, where I've liked shit that I really wasn't into, you know what I mean, with that dude. And I've seen girls try to conform themselves into something that you really can't get with, and instead of telling that dude you're not into that or that's not your thing, you're forcing yourself to try to, because you like him so much or you so horny for him or whatever, that you just want to get with this nigga, so you trying to like anything, and that's why y'all find yourselves in fucked up situations too. And I can say that because I've done it. When I ask women too, like when they be like, well, it's hard finding an educated black woman because I'm an educated black woman. And it's like, ma'am, you're only educated in the degree that you received it in. There's still so much in this world that you need, that we don't know, or that you need to learn. So just being that maybe didn't go to college doesn't mean he still can't teach or educate you in something. That's how you missing your man all the goddamn time. Because you worried about some education. I mean, long as he ain't doing dumb stuff or making you look dumb and using improper English all the fucking time, bitch, chill out. If he got a decent job, it might not be a corporate job, but if it's enough for him to pay for his apartment or his home or whatever condo and keep his car, bills and whatever else and take his vacation, stop tripping just because he ain't got no education. Not school, college ain't gonna be for everybody. Plus, it's because black men are being locked up and systematically already set up for us to fail. You black women are winning because you don't even realize things are systematically set up for you to get ahead. I'm a black man in this 1-bedroom apartment right fucking now, and I am struggling. But I can guarantee you, if I was a black woman with 2 kids, I bet you I'll make it a lot faster than me right now. Carrying old ways and all that shit that your mama was talking about your punk ass daddy or your brother's daddy, or you know, vice versa, or just whatever bad men that your mama picked up, and then you heard all those bad things, and then you come into the world trying to date a black man saying that same shit your mama said, and it's turning niggas off. It's running niggas off. Especially, I learned that black women don't always know how to argue good either. They don't know how to stay on subject and topic. We talking about this, and when you losing the argument, you want to jab me with some other shit that ain't even on top.
Something old that happened.
Hell yeah.
They don't even got nothing to do with this argument.
Excuse me for those that this might be too vulgar, but I gotta give it to the people how they out here talking and stuff, okay? And then on the other end, I tell black men to be careful when you get with white girls, because you gotta remember, us as black men, we are hyperly, superly masculine, sexualized in the porn industry. And I can say that it's $1 billion industry. Clearly, billions of people watch porn. You have to look at how we are promoted, how we are advertised. Come in my pussy big with a big cunt number 13. Even in the oh my gosh, even in the gay community, especially with white men. I've had sex with a good number of white men, and I always hear, I want your big black cock in my pussy so bad, or I want your big black cock in my ass or my mouth or whatever, come all over me. I want all that black cum on me and stuff. And it just, for the moment when you horny, it's like, yeah. But when you really sit back and think about it, and you be like, I kinda don't like being talked to like that. Like that kind, why do you have to put my color in it? Like, you want some cum on your face? Have the cum on your face. Whatever. Or I just feel like, well, damn, bitch, he trying, like, personality still has to matter. It still has to matter. Like, I don't care how, once you get past the beauty, there's a personality. And I feel like 80% of a relationship, 70-80% of a relationship is just getting along with each other. I mean, that's what makes a relationship work, is do we get along or not? I mean, in order for us to be happy, I still gotta like you. You know, be able to interact with you and stuff. And I can't do that if I ain't feeling you. You know? And there's so many beautiful girls in ugly, nasty ways, you know what I mean? Just unkindly ways about them. And they run their lovers off, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, it is sad that there are black men that are out there that do say, fuck that shit. That do just be like, fuck black women, I'm not messing with them, or they got too much attitude. But I do tell men this. You're upset because the reason why, I always tell black men this too, this is not the whole thing. Everybody's scenario is different. I can't cover all of them. But sometimes I tell black men, you mad, you can't, it's difficult for you to date black women because of the fact that this black women don't let you get away with your shit. What do you mean, Chris? Well, culturally, the black woman understands black culture. She understands black men. She has black cousins, black brothers and stepbrothers, and black male friends and stuff. She went to high school with a lot of black men. Hello? Hello? So I'm actually recording right now, but since you on the phone, I'm gonna edit this out if you don't really want to say nothing. But hello.
Oh, I had read something.
What?
You know how this nigga Childish Gambino put this video on?
I just talked about that in this too. But go ahead, Gil, what you got?
And so you know how his wife is white,
right?
He has a white wife and his baby white as well. Like, you know, his baby Smith.
Right.
And, you know, I was like reading comments like in the video, somebody had said, like, a lot of people were saying, like, oh, like, how is this man so woke but he has a wife? And I'm like, what does it matter the color of somebody's significant other? At the end of the day, that doesn't change his views on race. You know, that makes somebody more woke because they can accept the fact that being happy with somebody of another race. Like, just because their significant other is white or whatever, that doesn't mean anything. Like, if that person's happy, period.
Right.
Like that shit, like that doesn't determine if somebody's woke or not because their wife is white or this is that. Like, that doesn't make them brainwashed or anything because white. That's what makes them happy. And it's like the only people that are upset about it is black women. They're like, oh, this man isn't woke. Like, how is he not woke because he's with a white woman?
And black men don't even be attacking black women about when they go date with a white guy or whatever. Like, nobody thinks nothing of it.
Nobody cares. Nobody, you don't see nobody downplaying Eve when Eve is dating this white man. Nobody downplaying Serena Williams because her husband and her baby daddy's white. You wasn't seeing nobody thrashing Rihanna when Rihanna was dating the white man.
Right.
Wasn't nobody thrashing her. I was like, okay, get your points, girl. Like,
and at the same time,
a black man dates a white woman, it's an issue.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, I always tell black women, like, you always forget, I do gotta still get along with this black woman. And it's like, okay, so I'm just supposed to deal with a black woman and then be miserable? A lot of men are choosing to be happy, ladies. A lot of men are choosing to just be happy with whatever that may be, in whatever capacity. If that's what's gonna make them happy, let somebody be happy. I see plenty of black kids still running around, so clearly black men and black women are still fucking. This topic has been on my feed all day. I've yet to see sisters take responsibility for how kings are treated that don't fit the trap. God, baller, gangster, woke, corporate, cutthroat, loving, big dick, family man we need to emulate just to stand a chance in the black dating game. Face it, sis. Y'all see a black man who sold out. We see a black woman who lost out. And you're talking about Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. And when he said that, it made me, and this is, he had a picture, I'll probably post it up. This is what this particular person said. This is America. As a black woman in America, I just want to know why these woke men don't date black men. And then she said, comment below. But my thing is, like, I sometimes ask black women, like, why does a black man have to date you? Why? Is it solely just to keep the race going? I mean, from a survival standpoint, I kind of get that. I get that. I understand that, but I always ask, why are you so angry that he, especially if he already had relationships with black girls, you acting like, some girls be acting like niggas just went right off back dating white girls. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, I always say, well, why can't he date a black woman? I said, well, excuse me, but doesn't personality still count? I mean, just because you black, I still gotta get along with your ass. Or does that not count? Then when a nigga, then if a nigga do just be all about your beauty, then you be complaining, well, he just don't be into me. This is what I be hearing. He just don't be into my brain, and he just don't be, She went to school with black men usually, so she's not afraid of you. What black men say, white women a lot of times are submissive. They cater to them. They don't put up too much. There's a two-sided coin to this. I tell black men, just to point out, once again, this ain't every scenario for every white woman that's with a black man, or vice versa. But just keep this in the back of your mind. I have to go this way. The porn industry, no, let me back up before that. Systematically, what are white people normally, what's put in their brain about black men? They're usually, scared of black men. I see it consistently through work. Sometimes when them white women be trying to talk shit, and then I gotta buck up my masculinity and giving my black woman this at the same time, and them bitches be shook. So white women inadvertently, I don't know whether they notice it or not, sometimes are scared. I mean, how many times we've already seen on the news a black man can't even hang out in his dorm room and white folks is getting nervous and calling the police. So, but now some of y'all saying, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would she be with a black man? Hold on. Now you got the new graduated white folks that ain't really racist. They want to dance like us. They want to be like us. They want to boogie loo like us and Dougie, all that shit. What's that one, dabbing and all that shit. But they want to do that. So then they get with your son Keyshawn or whatever, and inadvertently she's low-key scared of when Keyshawn be pulling his stunts, or if she just wants to express herself, she's not going to do it in a way that would threaten him or make him feel some kind of way because of the fact that she's low-key is scared of him. With black women ain't giving a fuck, okay? They didn't got in their brother face and cousins face. They don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? They will let you have it. And I think that's what pisses black men off a lot of times, is because, which is hard for some black men to deal with, because there are some dudes that just be doing some fucked up ways, and they mad because the black woman is not gonna let you get away with it. She's scared of you. Sometimes she might not even realize she's scared of you. I'm just telling you that because I've been white girls' friends, and I've seen when I've gotten angry or kind of snapped back, how I saw the terror and fear in their eyes, whereas I've done that same thing with black women. They just got back right with me, and that was just what the fuck it was, you know what I mean? So I've definitely seen that. Not saying that there wouldn't be a black woman that maybe possibly scared of me if I came at her in an angry or mean manner, but I'm just saying, for the most part, usually if I went off on you like that to a black one, that's because we fuck with each other. It's just, you get on my nerves right now, and then I just tell you go in on you, and you went back on me, and that was that, you know. But you want that, that's fine. But why do you gotta put my race in it? But I realize it's what's systematically promoted. We all like to jack off. We all like to, women like to masturbate or whatever. And these is what white girls is watching. Big black muscular men. I mean, you see it, the athletes who they usually got, the muscular athletic dude, you know what I mean? And then black women feel some kind of. So let me give you the black woman's point of view. This is what's been said to me. I don't understand when black men date white women or Asian women or whatever. They're like, it's already more women than men, and then it's not many half are gay, and then, which mind you, just as your gay friend, I low-key feel like you cutting me, but I'm gonna come back to me later. They be like, oh, they gay or in jail or just deadbeats or, and I'll listen. I'll be like, well, I always ask girls, well, what is your thought of when you say they're not, like I've heard some ain't even educated. Well, I'm like, define educated, like, because they're not running around with a degree that they got from somebody's college. I mean, there's lots of educated men that read books. I don't necessarily have a college degree, but I read a lot of books. I'm currently reading 3 books. You know what I mean? Does that make me less educated? I might not just be educated on a particular topic or a particular thing, but I might be educated in so many other ways. Why do we always look to these universities and schools to validate our education? But that's a whole nother story for another show. But I'm like, okay, once again, move the gay to the side. I'm like, okay, yes, there are a lot of men going in and out of jail. Okay, but what about the other men that I see every day at the movies or out coming into customer service at jobs I've worked at and stuff that are single? What about those niggas? Half the time, y'all be skipping over those niggas. I mean, I'm gonna go back to high school real quick. The girls that I was liking, I used to hang out with a lot of ratchet girls. That's why sometimes y'all see I be getting with it, but I used to hang out with a lot of girls, but the girls that I did like, because everybody was around trying to say I was gay, but I didn't realize, you know what I mean, I was gay or whatever. Or I really like to say more so bisexual, because I really still like girls. It wasn't until later on in life I started fucking a few girls. But at that time, no, you know what I mean, high school. But I remember there was a couple of specific girls, but there was one particular girl I was trying to date, and I didn't understand this. I was the nigga with the car. I was the nigga with the job. I was the nigga with the money and the fashions. I was trying to show this girl something different because I knew she had dated these other I mean, mind you, we only 17, so it ain't like she probably been through, you know, a slew of dudes. But the dudes that, you know how guys were back in high school just trying to fuck if they wasn't trying to fuck. Like, I knew she was a virgin. And I still was like, but she was still trying to go after these other dudes. And it was like, girl, I'm trying to show you something. I'm taking you out. I'm spending money. You know what I mean? And I tell ladies, when a man spends his money on you, he's trying to show you that he cares. Not trying to spend money on you to get pussy. I was trying to make her feel better. I knew the things she was going through at home. I really liked her. You know what I mean? She was pretty. I like her. Like, here's another reason why ladies, I'm going to get back to the ladies first. So with her, I was like so juiced to want to date her, but she never would let me like her or love her in the way. She always kept going after these other niggas that didn't have a job, was getting on the bus, didn't make her laugh like I did, like, but that was what she wanted. And a couple of other girls, you know, in high school, I tried to get at, and they just didn't see me like that, you know. And a lot of people, some people might say, well, that's because they thought you were gay. But here's the thing. A lot of people only thought I was gay because how I interacted socially with girls. Nobody saw me kissing any boys. I wasn't, well, you know, if I was, it was in the cut, like, well away from school, that the boy didn't even go to my school damn near, let alone live in my city half the time, you know. So, but at school, nobody saw that or knew that, or they was just going on. Like, what's crazy is I was telling a friend from high school, I said, had I came up in this day and age in high school, I would have been there. You know, there's just no good guys around. You black women will be the same one to be in the comment section on somebody's social media. Oh, love is love. When it comes to gay people and gay men and your best friend and all of them, oh, love is love. But you don't give that same love is love when it comes to your black men. And once again, stop looking at us black gay men as some kind of third party. I'm clumped in with the same of them black men. You know what I mean? I've seen girls say, it ain't no man, they don't be having their own place and their own job, they don't have nothing. And I be like, excuse me, bitch, what the fuck you think, bitch? This is my shit. You know what I mean? If I, you know, the fuck you tripping on? You want to be around us any other time, you want to talk like us, you want to be like us. And just a side note, women, once again, go to each other for beauty tips and fashion. Stop looking to gay men, because these gay men are dressing you up in the way they want you to look and not how you want to look. But that's something that's been going on in entertainment or just in the world for years, of what gay men have been seen as. Hopefully one day that narrative changes, whatever. And I'm just like, well, first of all, why do you keep looking only in the black community? I was like, I'm not saying, I understand the importance of keeping the race going. However, you have to be realistic. You only live in a certain geographical area. Half of you girls, let me tell you something what some of the gay boys be doing. Honey, we'll talk to a nigga all the way across the goddamn United States and go see him, get our coins together and go see this nigga. Y'all a lot of times will limit yourself and the men that you're talking to only in the area that you live in. You're only looking at those black men at the same local clubs and whatever vicinity area you live in, or metropolitan area you live in, and then that's about it. And you saying there's no good niggas. I mean, half of you girls ain't even been out of whatever state you're in, let alone some cities. You know what I mean? You ain't even been nowhere. So for you to say there ain't no good, no, maybe the niggas in your neighborhood ain't shit. You know what I mean? And I've seen girls dog good men that are my friends, and I'm like, bitch, you know, I fuck around and be with this nigga. Like, why are you treating him like that? Like, or I've had girls leave men because they thought he was gay. Why? Oh, well, he was just doing all this with his hands sometime, or I didn't like how he stood with his hip. Once again, I always tell girls, if you've been my friend, I'm talking about years back, you should have been listening to the stories I tell it. We've been out to the club, you saw the niggas that was looking at me. They wasn't the goddamn feminine gay nigga. It was the niggas that you would go after. So you like gay men or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the only type of man that will go after me. You know, and girls would be like, well, I don't understand why, you know, this nigga don't wanna be with me or don't wanna talk to me or whatever. And I'm like, look at when he came around, look at how extra you were acting. You putting on too much for the motherfuckers around here that don't give a fuck whether your pussy get hit or not. You doing too much. Just like gay dudes, the minute some trade come around or something, or the minute they want to be the loud trade is really just another straight for the masculine thug male or whatever, black male or whatever. So when some trade come around, gay feminine dude want to be real extra loud, popping, thinking that's going to attract that nigga. Sometimes, depending on the dude, it could have. But a lot of times you don't. You actually scare that nigga away. Shit, if you want to get that nigga's attention, I gotta tell you another way to do that. But that's another story for another show. But, you know, girls would be doing extra. That's not always a turn on. A lot of things, ladies, that from a man's standpoint, from a guy's standpoint, a lot of guys tell me this as far as when it comes to black women, they don't really like girls with a lot of weave. To be honest. They don't like girls that really got on a lot of makeup. I hear that a lot of times. Like, she pretty and everything, dude, but, you know, I don't really like her wearing a lot of that makeup. Or, you know, her weave be shedding and shit sometime. And, like, or it's like I was scooting up next to her trying to fuck her from behind. And her back of her, you know, hair was... I'm like, that's a girl that ain't keeping up on the maintenance with her hair and stuff. But I have to be honest that, I mean... I hope I don't offend nobody. No, fuck that. Oh well, you know me. As your gay friend, ladies, a lot of times, yes, I love your makeup, I love your hair, you're giving me everything, I like it. But I have to be honest, if and when I ever date a woman, like I want to try a relationship, not having sex, like trying a relationship, I don't really want no girl with no makeup and hair. I don't want that shit on my pillowcases or on my car somewhere, or that shitty ass weave you wearing. And I'm in my car and some, you know what I mean? Even my own, I don't even sometimes be finding my own pieces of random hair sometimes on the floor. I be like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, I be like, I didn't throw that away or whatever. But that's just me though. But a lot of guys, they don't. They really like, I mean, even Kendrick Lamar, show me a woman with some stretch marks, natural hair. Like, guys just want to see. You guys are starting to, this is just my take on it. I don't care if anybody in the gay community get mad, but ladies, stop letting the gay community tell you how you should be as a woman. And honestly, y'all makeup is starting, these eyebrows are getting so thick these days that you're borderline looking like a drag queen. And ain't nothing wrong with a drag queen, but if that's not the look you are trying to give off, and let me just throw this in here too, since I'm on a roll, that might be why some of these niggas is starting to like trans men and women and drag queens or you know, well, you know, and more feminine men or whatever, because y'all looking a lot resembling the gay community. I mean, if you look at, but I tell women all the time, like, some black women would be like, I don't understand how just because he had one bad experience doesn't mean that he should have just say fuck all the race. I said, but don't we do that a lot to a lot of things in life? We get on a ride at Six Flags and the motherfucker damn near shook us the wrong way and we said never the fuck again. Are you getting on that ride? Fuck it. Well, that's different. It's people. I said, well, first of all, people got to treat people better. And I said, a lot of times these niggas can't do shit to you that you don't allow them to do. Ladies, you have to choose better self-esteem for yourself. I'm telling you, a black woman that has confidence, a black woman that knows herself will attract black men. I've seen black women come in the motherfucking... I used to work for... and I would see some beautiful black women come through, you know, in their 30s or whatever, heels, jeans tight, I mean, and had every man head. Look, my head turned like, you know me, this is how I use my gayness to put women's defenses down. So, which, that says something in itself, but I'm like, yes, bitch, you better do that. I love how you, but what I really was saying was, damn, bitch, I want to see what them jeans, what you look like up under them jeans, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to come off like no perv. So, you know, down at the job. So, I say that to say, which can actually lead me into the next thing. Now, here's the thing, coming from as your gay friend, I've been as your gay black friend, gay black male friend. I've been friends with black women for a long motherfucking time, including the black women that are in my age category, you know. And being your friend, I do sometimes see what men be talking about. Sometimes there are some black women that are very controlling. There are some black women that do overstep their boundaries where they should let their man be the man at. I think that I always tell men, when you get with ladies, really find out about the last dude and really find out has she healed, because a lot of times what you men are really going through with these ladies is you're still going through her working out the issues and problems with the last nigga, because however it ended, it might not have ended it to where she was able to heal. She got lonely or whatever, y'all got together, and then you found out this bitch is still bitter about other shit, and then that's why you gotta leave. And then I've seen girls even get mad, like he'll leave her, or let's say for whatever reason y'all both decided to just, you know, mutually split up, but let's say he left her and he went to a Filipino girl. I've seen my black homegirls really get, I can't believe he left me to go to a motherfucking Filipino bitch. He didn't leave you. He left that bad character that you were. He left the bad characteristics that you had. He left how you didn't care. A lot of you girls, another reason I realized too, a lot of girls, really, regardless of just the race, but since it's specifically about black women, a lot of black girls, and this is not all, so when I say a lot, don't think I'm really lumping every girl in there. I always tell, let me say this, black women, I'm saying this, don't think I'm just necessarily coming after you or the species. I know y'all got friends, homegirls, family members, girls you knew in the past, girls you went to high school with, that is some of this stuff that I'm saying. It ain't necessarily gotta be you, but I know you know somebody. But I've seen girls sit up, basically diss me, telling me, you know, me and a girl to be out at a straight club or something. I'm just going just to have fun or whatever, dance. I don't, you know, go in there, dance, have fun with her or whoever we going with. But there's been times where there was a specific, we might have liked the same type of dude, but this dude might have paid me a little more attention, and this particular girl got mad at me and was just like, I hate you. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I don't understand. I have 3 dudes then walk by and they all been kind of eyeing you. This is fucked up and whatever. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, mind you, I didn't even see the other 2 dudes. I only knew about the one so I was like, huh? And then she was like, I've been watching and stuff, and you know, and you know, she just felt some kind of way and got mad and left, like eventually left the club. And I remember calling her and going off, and I was like, why would you? I can't help that if some men find me attractive or whatever. Like, I don't be out here trying to, you know what I mean? You wouldn't want me to come to the club looking fucked up, would you? You know, and it took another girl to kind of help me understand. She said, Chris, you're a threat to a lot of women. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, for one, you like a lot of the same men they like, which honestly is exactly what that dude said. Honestly, I always tell girls, some of my straight homeboys, when they find out if I'm liking some dude or just some dude they see me giving a little extra attention to, they'll come rolling and be like, you like them thugs, huh? I'll be like, no. I'm like, how do you even know he a thug? Just because he got on some tattoos, a chain, and he drive a motherfucking, you know, Mercedes or something like that, don't mean he a thug, or he driving, you know, if it was the early days, driving a Buick or something, like, they were like, you like them niggas or whatever. I'm like, nah, I don't, you know. But to be honest, now that I'm older, not just so much, not the dating part at least, but yeah, back then, yeah, like I did. And so I always tell people, you gotta remember what was and still being in relationships. I see a lot of people on my Facebook and Instagram of black married couples with their black kids. And at the end of the day, nobody's even fucking full black anyways, because if we get to going back in our bloodline, we're going to find a lot of other races.
There's going to be a lot of white and a lot of other people. So don't even, like, and that's sad that, like, it's always black women that like to bash and downplay a black man. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, no matter what, a black man will never be good for a black sister, because the sister's always going to have something negative to say about a black man, no matter what. It's supposed to be about diversity, but it ain't.
It ain't about diversity. It's you know what I mean? And
but you know,
What?
Is that if a black man dates a Mexican girl, it's okay. But as soon as he gets a white girl, it's a problem.
Well, I think that's just because of the issues with black and white people, and then I mean Latinos ain't nothing but a closer to the water version of some black folks, you know.
They don't. It shouldn't matter. They're not black, right?
According technically, I mean, to a lot of people, no, you know what I mean. But that's what I say. Black women pick and choose what they want to be mad about, and I honestly believe that a lot of girls are only mad because of this is what's been consistently said over the last couple of decades. Yeah, and that's what like.
I'm not saying all.
No.
Like I'm not saying all black women, but a lot of black women bash a lot of black men for dating another race.
But the sad part about it is, I'm gonna take it a step further. They bash a lot of us gay people, and a lot of times I don't even know if other gay people realize that a lot of times how we be getting bashed by our female friends when, you know what I mean. That's why I always tell guys, be careful being gay and being a woman's friend, because you really need to ask yourself, why are you friends with her? Because a lot of times they put us down too. I mean, everybody put everybody down, but they put the black women put the black gay men down too. And especially if they want to use something to be derogatory or mean to you with, they'll call you a faggot to your face and everything. And it's like, oh, but I was good enough to tell you about that hair and that makeup and that shitty ass, Spanx you got on. That bitch, if you sneeze, it's gonna snap. I ain't say shit about that, but it's like, but you mad because like I have.
You're only good as a gay man. You're only good
to stroke her ego. For her ego. I'm only good for her ego. I'm nothing to her. To some women, you know what I mean? And that's what, like, I realized with even a lot of the females in my family, the ones I was close to, I had to start reconstructing and putting boundaries and saying, nah, this is not going to happen no more. No, you're not going to treat me like this. No, you're not going to talk to me like this. No, I don't want to know about this. No, I don't need to know about your relationship. You know what I mean? I realized where black women have put me down in my own family. My own sister called me a hoe. You know what I mean? Like, and use my own business to slap me in the face with it. You know what I mean? Which it kind of was like, wow, that's how you really feel, huh? And mind you, she threw it at me she threw it at me in a way that basically she was losing the argument. That was one of the reasons I talked to somebody in high school, that probably why I was always getting into it with girls. And they have your own shit. Can't nobody tell you what to do. Can't nobody control shit. And I think that's why I've been so intimate and always tried to make sure I had my own, was because of the fact that I didn't want nobody controlling me and telling me what I could do with shit that's supposed to be mine or whatever. I wanted to have my own thing. So in order for me to make sure I had my own control and power, I had to go out and go get it. And that might even be why later on when I think about some of the men I've dated, I've been somewhat of a threat to them or make them feel insecure because I was so powerful, if you will. I've always just been a go-getter and just, I'm going to get mine. If I want a man, if I want a particular dude, I'm going to get that nigga, you know what I mean? Or I'm going to try my best to get him, you know? And I think with me always having my own car, my own job, when I think about some of my ex-boyfriends, they did feel some kind of way. Did some of them use me or whatever because of my kindness, because of I liked them? Most definitely. You know what I mean? Did some of them take me on a ride? Most definitely. But the one thing they never could really fuck me over with was they might be able to manipulate my power. They never could fuck it over, because at the end of the day, I always knew who really had the upper hand in the relationship. That's just being straight up and down honest. I knew who had the upper hand. And I just feel like women need to kind of relax and just let people love who they want to love and get along with who they want. I mean, I feel like 80% of a relationship, 70-80% of a relationship is just getting along with each other. I mean, that's what makes a relationship work, is do we get along or not? I mean, in order for us to be happy, I still gotta like you. You know?
It's a piece for all of us, we gon' get our fraction. Though this road gets slippery, won't never lose our traction. When I chat, they listen, cause it's facts, we ain't just yapping. I don't do no capping, we just capitalize on action. Make the right moves work for me. Know it's been a long search for me. Find myself in a word for me. Monetizing a word for me. Do this for who love me, not concerned about no likes. Hate wasting time asleep, I'm turning dreams I had to life. Got me grinding a night.
Bye.